The $1,000,000 idea. If you could just create the next iPhone, you'll be rich. People will be looking at you like, oh, Kenneth, that's a dream, right? So here are 3 steps to help you create a killer product for your business. Sorry to burst your bubble, but that's not how it works. A good product alone isn't enough to make you successful. You know who invented the first tablet? It wasn't Steve Jobs. It was Jeff Hawkins in 1989. But you know where that tablet is now? It's in the museum. Contrast that to this crazy shit, a Slinky. It sold $100 million worth of product in the first year. That's equivalent to $1 billion today. Understand that you need business skills to make a successful business, not just a good product. But of course, it doesn't hurt to have a product that people actually want. So here's step 1 to create a killer product. Oh, by the way, my name is Kenneth and I'm an entrepreneur who likes to talk about business and investing. So if you want to hear more about those topics, remember to click the subscribe button below for more videos on how to become a better entrepreneur and smarter investor. Okay, back to step 1. Define your value proposition. What value are you providing and to whom? Is there even demand for what you're providing? You're going to be providing some kind of value, right? Why else will other people be paying you? Now, there are 4 kinds of value that you can provide. Functional, financial, sociological, and psychological. Don't need to have all 4, but you need to have at least 1. And if you have more than that, great. But don't try and force something that you don't have, okay? So functional value is pretty straightforward. Somebody's hungry, you give them food. Someone is sick, you give them medicine. Basically, anything that has a functional utility or solves a problem. This is where most people should start. Financial value is basically either you're saving someone money or you're helping them earn more money. Social value tends to be more network driven. So things like LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, you can connect with other people around the world. eBay, Carousel, where you can connect with other buyers and sellers. Events, parties, weddings, seminars, all these are social driven values. Psychological values tend to be more brand driven. So think like Apple versus Samsung, Tesla versus Toyota, Nike versus Converse. What do these brands and their values stand for and how do they reflect on you? So that is the psychological value. Now you must be really clear what kind of value you're providing and to whom. Who exactly wants this value? What kind of people are they? What are their demographics? What are their psychographics? Do they have the spending power to buy what you're trying to sell? This is super important. It doesn't matter if they really want what your product is, but if they don't have the money to buy it, you're not going to sell anything, all right? Step number 2, analyze the competition. You've gone through step number 1 and you've realized that, God, I make the best cup of coffee on the face of planet Earth. And my target audience is PMEs aged 25 to 35 who work around my area and they all love a good cup of coffee. There's a sufficient market size. There's about 10,000 people working in this area. So we're good to go, right? So let's do step number 2. Let's analyze the competition. What? There's like 50 other cafes in a 1 kilometer radius, all claiming to have the best fresh cup of coffee brewed to perfection. But what's this? Holy crap! 80% of cafes fail in their first year? Suddenly this doesn't sound like such a killer idea anymore. Killing myself, maybe. You must do an objective assessment of the market opportunity and the competition. You must have a differentiating factor to help you stand out from your competitors so that you can position yourself either as the number 1 or the number 2 leader in the specific niche segment that you're targeting. If you can't position yourself as the leader, it's time to move on. This market is too saturated. You can even create new niche segments within your market to help you position yourself as the leader within that niche category. So yes, you may have the best coffee, but so does every other cafe who claims the same thing. So you want to create a niche segment that you can position yourself as the leader in. Maybe you're the best cold brew coffee, or you have the fastest coffee service, or you have the most sustainably sourced coffee brewed really well. Just make sure that it is a unique selling point and a differentiating factor that the customer actually cares about. To help you position yourself better, complete this statement. Your product or service is the best place for your specific niche segment because you have this, this, and this that other companies do not provide. Oops, I forgot to tell you, what you have is a hypothesis. not a killer product yet. That brings us to step number 3, which is the most important of all. Test your hypothesis. Go out and start selling, serving your customers. If it's possible, create a cheap prototype of your product and start selling it. Do customers really value your product? Do they love it? Do they keep coming back for more? If yes, great, keep at it. If not, why? Make sure you ask for feedback. Otherwise, you won't even know how you're doing. Are people using your product the way you intended? Is it delivering the function or the value that you want it to? What kind of iterations or adjustments do you need to make to the product? These are the questions that you need to ask to help you improve your product to a killer status. Now remember, in my previous video, I said you can't please everyone. If you try and please everyone, you please no one. So how do you know when your killer product is killer enough? That point is called product market fit. If you want to learn more about how to assess your product market fit, click this video here. Or if you want a recap of the 5 stages of business, check out this video here. But more importantly, if you want to make me smile, make sure you click the subscribe button below and give this video a thumbs up. Now, bonus tip, because you're so nice to stay till the end, here's a bonus tip for you. Did you know that toothpaste was actually invented in 500 BC? But for 1,500 years, people would rather let their teeth rot than use toothpaste? Crazy, right? It wasn't until the mid-1870s that a genius dentist named Washington Sheffield decided to put mint into toothpaste that people started using it regularly. This is because the mint helped them feel like their teeth was clean after using the toothpaste. Whereas before this, it was just like, meh, this yucky thing that I had to do. It was a chore. Nobody liked to do it. Now, this is actually part of a technique called a reward loop, where they give you a reward at the end of a particular routine or action to incentivize you and make you interested in repeating the loop over and over again. You see this in a lot of modern day products like games like Candy Crush or Facebook or Instagram, like giving you a thumbs up or a heart after you post a photo to make you feel good, release some dopamine in your head, and it causes you to be addicted and continue to want to post things on the platform. All this is part of a reward loop to keep you engaged and hooked onto the platform. If you want to learn more about this technique, you can read the book named Hooked. I'll link to it in the description below. You can check it out, and I'll see you in the next video.